Hello and welcome to Willow Springs Raceway. We are doing our vSprint here. We've had a couple of drivers do their runs earlier in the day. So this is the current standings, and we are just about to go live to Sandy, who is on his out lap and about to start his flying lap anytime soon. Here he is. So Sandy is previous MX5 Challenge champion in a Mark III MX5, and he drives his Alpha just the same as he does the MX5, straight off. Sandy is on the audio and he has confirmed that he believes he's gone 4 wheels off. So that'll be a thrown away first run. All of our drivers will be doing 3 timed runs, 1 flying lap on each timed run, and the fastest of their 3 will count towards their score. So as you can see, the top time at the moment is a 52.263. Right, this is James Herford, also known as Old Binner. He is the 2017 Class A MX5 Challenge champion. So he's driving the trusty McGann. We hear he's been practicing the wrong track today, which is not going to help him too much. So he's half a second up on his own best. He has been doing a bit of practice before the competition this evening. That's a 52.98, which puts him in 4th place. So next up, Mike Lear, another MX5 driver, shares with his brother Nick in the MX5 Challenge. Mike has been one of the fastest drivers in our weekly competitions. So here we come round through the final few turns. Let's see what kind of benchmark he can set. So that's a 51.057 for Mike. Right, here's Mad Maximo, 1970. Rumour has it he's not practiced at all. Oh, we've got a half spin there. Fortunately, we are not doing four wheels off, otherwise we'd have a bit of an issue. So there we go, 61-second run there, which pops him in just ahead of Sandy. So here we go, TV's 22. So Tom done very well in our previous sprints, able to turn it on when needs be. Let's see how he can do in his first time run here. So 57.849, I think that was. Right, here we go. Phil starting his first timed run here. So coming round towards the tail end of the lap here, with a 51.0 from Mike to beat. It's a 52.5, which is good enough for third place. So, second timed runs here. Sandy looking to improve on going off at turn 2. And he's gone a little wide at turn 1. But he's still on the track. We're looking good for an improvement here. So I think we've established that Sandy is playing with a controller and he's pressing the buttons quite hard, which is why the lights are flashing on his car. The car's moving around a fair amount. So coming towards the end of this second time run of 3. 51.8, that puts him in second position. He'll be happy with that. Right, here we go. Mike out for his second run. He's currently leading by 3/4 of a second from from Sandy. Well, that's the first in the 50s, a 50.8 for Mike there. Excellent run. So here's James Herford coming in for his second timed run. He currently sits in 7th place on a 52.9. I'm sure he'll be looking to improve on that a fair amount. In fact, 3/4 of a second will get him on the podium. So lots of opportunity. He's up, not by much, but he's certainly up on his split time there. So coming into the final set of corners here, what can he do? It's a 53.4, so no improvement there. So here we go, Mad Maximo 1970. In for the second timed run. He had a half spin on the first timed run, and that left him in a 61.8. So looking for a significant improvement on this run. And there we go, 2.3 seconds quicker. He hadn't practiced prior to this either. So this is looking promising for an improvement. Again, another driver running the trusty McGann. It's not going to trouble the top times, but it looks like a 57.9, so a significant improvement. So Tom coming in for his second time run. A little bit below what he would have expected on the first run, on a 53.8, and this is unlikely to be an improvement. He's not going to be happy with that, off at the first corner. And he's 0.6 down. It's unlikely he's going to make that sort of time up over the remainder of the lap, so it'll be all to play for on the very last run. Wow, and a 51.3. The second half of the lap was absolutely fantastic. So Phil Q is next up. He currently sits 5th on a 52.557. It's quite close in the midfield there, so I'm sure he'll be looking to put a good few tenths in to try and get away from the others there. Although having said that, he is sandwiched between 3 people who competed earlier before we did the live stream. So here we go, lots of dust on the apex there, and a 52.2. Not quite enough, 7 thousandths of a second behind Flibbit Bibble, so he'll be looking to lop off 7 thousandths at the very least on the next run. So, final timed run for Sandy Smith. He's been bumped down to 3rd place after that phenomenal run on his second run. Big improvement from his 64 on the first run. Admittedly, with a small excursion into the scenery. So he's 0.3 off the pace here. Can he improve? It's a 51.8 again. So So Sandy stays in third place. Final run now for Mike Lear. Mike is currently leading by half a second on this run. Now, can he improve on his previous and go just that little bit faster? He's up. 1600ths up. Looking like a very good run here for Mike. Coming into the last sequence, missed the apex on the right there. It is an improvement. It's a 50.557. It's incredible. I think there's going to be calls for him to have a handicap soon. So, final run now for James Herford. James is currently 8th on a 52.9. If he can find quarter of a second, then he will jump a place into 7th. And a few tenths he's not going to find would put him into 6th place. Yeah, 3 seconds off the pace now. It's 56.6 for James in the end. No improvement as expected after that off. Next up we have Mad Maximo for his final run. He's on a 57.9 at the moment. So here we go. Neat and tidy. If you're thinking of having a go at this in the future, we're running another one next weekend. You'll need to make friends on your PlayStation with Patio Blast. We'll try and do it before the stream starts. There's an improvement there for Mad Max. Right, here we go, Tom Weaves. So he managed to go off at this corner on the last run and still put down a storming 51.3. So Another mistake early on in the lap. There's a pretty real chance that he'll do something quite good on this run. Let's see how he's looking at the split. He's almost a couple of tenths up. We need to find something pretty special in the last half of the lap here if he's going to get close to Mike. But then I was proved very wrong on the last run. I think that was 50.7 there. And not a single clean run, as he says, but that puts him into a very solid second place. So next driver, Phil Q, currently 5th place on a 52.2. It's been solid improvements each time. Got 7 tenths to find on Mike, but only 7 thousandths to get into 4th place ahead of Flibbit Bibble. He's going to need the best part of half a second to get on the podium though, which is not inconceivable. And there we go. Almost 8 tenths improvement. This is looking very strong. This is looking good enough for the podium. If he can stitch together the second half of the lap, commentator's curse, .51.3, fantastic, a very solid 3rd place. So that is everyone who's competing tonight. 9 drivers. The top 3: Mike Lear on a 50.5, Tom Weaves on a 50.7, and Phil Q on a 51.3. Well done. We'll see you next week.